Buenos dias de Colombia. That is where we are. We have landed in Bogota, Colombia. We've been here for 6 nights now, and I have a lot to say about the journey thus far. Now, of course, when I landed and I told people, hey, we're in Bogota, everybody back home in Jamaica and Jamaicans, spread far and wide, said, oh my God, you're in Bogota, you're in Colombia, it's so dangerous, be careful. And while I felt the love, I definitely felt the love, I did tons of research because, and the research is actually what brought me here. It's like, I have to go and check out this place myself. Bogota has been wonderful so far. It's been amazing so far, and I love it so far. So yeah, there are things that you have to be careful about, and I'm going to talk about them for sure. But as with any place that you go to, you just have common sense. Like, we're Jamaicans. How are you afraid of going to the next country? We are Jamaican. Come on now. Jamaican rate not going too good right now. But anyway, so Bogota. We landed in Bogota, and let me tell y'all something. The airport was empty. It was a breeze. I was like, okay, South American travel, you are going good so far. So we come out of the airport, and everybody tells you don't take airport taxis, but let me tell you something. Me spend my money on comforts. Like, I was not going to walk 5 miles with the 2 big bag them to go get an Uber or try to get, no. So I took the taxis that were in the airport, and let me tell y'all something. That was the first inclination that we're in the right place, because I did the same thing in Panama, and the Panama man charged me $40 to go at the hotel, and I was just like, brother, true. Anyways, I was tired after a long flight. As I said, I wasn't gonna. In Colombia, they did the same thing, but they charged me $20. I was like, okay, this not bad. This not bad. You know why too? Let me tell you all about that. What is that? The drive. We were in that van for almost 2 hours. The traffic in Colombia, the traffic in Bogota, it is horrendous. Bogota is a city of between the sources that you check, some say 8 million, some say 11 million. I don't know where there's enough people there at Bogota. Everywhere you look is high-rise apartments, and so the streets are crowded, bike more than taxi. Look at this clip right here. When we were in the traffic, there are long lines of bikes as well in traffic. It's just crazy. Enough people there at Bogota. The crowds are insane. So anyways, it took us almost 2 hours to get to our Airbnb. I skipped the whole hotel part this time. I just wanted to do an Airbnb where everybody's spread out and have them quarters and comfortable, yes? Now, I haven't even done an apartment tour so far, because I'll me over the apartment living. If you've seen one, you've seen them all. But I'm going to, show you some clips right here of how she's decorated her space, because it's really nice. As you can see from this one behind me here, she has some very eclectic pieces in here, and they're big in this apartment, because this apartment is actually kind of small, and let's just call it cozy. She has this big 6-seater table here. I really think she could have worked with 4, but okay. So we did the Airbnb thing, and I booked it for 7 nights, and let me tell y'all, I'm going to stop that. I am going to stop that. I have Airbnb trauma now, because the hot water does not work in here. Now, I researched Bogota before I came. I wanted to see the weather to make sure that, we were well prepared for what we were landing in. And I saw that it was 60s and rainy, a lot of overcast days. And I was like, okay, it was overcast in Panama. So I was like, maybe it's the same kind of vibe. It will be humid and whatever. I'm telling people I'm cold. I never expected it to be this cold. And of course, it's gonna be different from where you're coming from, because I'm in the expat in Bogota Facebook groups, and the people them up north. I said, oh, it's lovely weather. No, I'm cold. The island girl is bawling. So I come, and it's cold, and we're in this apartment, and the apartment has even a heater. The apartment has a heater. And I don't know if it works or not, because she put this game over it. And I'm just like, so the apartment's cold. The water's cold. You want me to bathe in cold water? Because when she came and gave us a tour and gave us the keys, she said, yeah, man, hot water works perfectly. And it worked perfectly that first morning. And then it plunged. The temperature on the water here says 17 degrees Celsius. What am I for do with that? What am I for do with that? Like the water coming out of the shower is like icicles. And I said it to her and she said, oh no, the technician checked it last month and it works perfectly. And so if I have to have him come in again, it's going to be a whole thing and he can't come till next week. And back a story she gave me. I know that woman turned off the gas to the water heater. Like straight. I just know so she turned it off because the water went cold and it don't move. Like it's just not moving. And I'm just like, brother, I'm tired of the Airbnb them I play me now. I'm tired of them. So there's no hot water in this very frigid apartment. The Wi-Fi only works right here where I'm sitting right now. Like if I go 2 feet over to the couch, I don't even bother asking about the Wi-Fi in the bedroom. It's a hot mess where that is concerned. So I'm gonna stop booking Airbnbs week to week. Lesson number 1 learned. 2 days. Check it out. If I really like it, I'll extend. Can't bother. Like after the first Airbnb flooding out with us, I didn't want to have to go through the drama of shortening this. We are country people. We come from Jamaica. Me hot up water. All right, me I'm not country girl, but me, you know when water gone, when NWC go on with them things. Bad pan to my thing, hot water to my thing. I was over it. I didn't want to have to go through all of that. Plus my work, all these, I planned my days around. These are travel days, these are work. I can't, but I forgot to disrupt my work schedule all over again. So I was just like, we'll tough it out. We're gonna move in 7 days, and I'm only booking another Airbnb for 2. You see how windy I am? So let's get off the Airbnb thing. Listen. Bogota is what, 8,000 feet, or is that meters, above sea level? Oh my God. I'm in the shower and I just get winded and I have to come out and sit down and I say, no sir, I'm tired so. But if I'm walking over to the supermarket, it just, I don't know, it hits me at different times. And so I don't know if I'm not acclimated yet to the height, but brother, the wind, I don't know who else gets it, but I'm winded sometimes. And then there's an attraction that I want to go to that is even higher in elevation. I may try to work on myself to it because from the videos that I've seen, it's a must do, but I'm not ready for do. So let's talk about attractions. So we've been here for 6 nights now, as I said, and it's, you know what? I did a lot of research to make sure that we were staying in an area that is nice. I have realized, like when we were in Panama, we did the hotel first and we walked outside to the streets. On the street that hotel was on, there were 5 million restaurants, there were 5 million shops, everything did go on good on the street, and you never have to leave and go anywhere. And so we didn't, right? We didn't do a lot in Panama at all. And so I realized that I don't need to be in the heart of the city at all. I don't mind being on the outskirts, out in the suburbs where things are much nicer. And I'll take an Uber, especially when Uber charges you like $6, $7 to go an hour away, like we did yesterday. So yeah, I don't need to stay in the trendy neighborhoods. Like I did do some research and everybody said stay in Tesaquilla or Chapinero. And I was just like, we drove through Tesaquilla yesterday and I was just like, y'all want me to stay here? Like I don't mind staying in somewhere on the outskirts and taking Uber into the activities, and then I come home to my lovely neighborhood. I like the neighborhood that I ended up in. It is a pity that this apartment doesn't have hot water, or I would just stay and just Uber everywhere, okay? Because when we step outside, there's a very high-end clothing store beside us, and then there's a Korea Fresh Market that's right next to that. So that's like a 2-minute walk. And the fresh market, think of it of like a Whole Foods or a Trader Joe's in there is nice. Now let's talk about the prices. If you follow me on TikTok, you will know one of the reasons I love Bogota so much is because of the prices. Like when I went to buy food for the week for this apartment, my bill came up to, I don't know, I'm gonna drop the video here. I don't remember what the cost was, but it was no money. It was no money. All right, just came back from the supermarket. This is not an irregular supermarket. And in there is like a Whole Foods, Trader Joe's vibe. Yes, all organic, all everything, as you can see from some of the stuff. So I bought last night we went over there again and I bought a bottle of wine that was on sale for half off, and the bottle of wine was $6 something, and the bottle of wine was so good. It was an Argentinian Malbec. Oh, this is my version of that meme. Oh, it was so good. And we bought, you know, a whole heap of things, and my bill came up to 66,000 Colombian pesos, which was about, I don't know, I'll drop that number here. But yeah, the prices in Colombia, I've never eaten so good on so little bit of money. Like, if I could have gotten cauliflower rice and a huge head of broccoli and my zucchini and my red and orange peppers so affordably in Jamaica, I wouldn't have left. I just wouldn't have left. This week, I'll drop pictures here of what we've had all week long to eat. I'm eating good, and I'm eating good for cheap. So let me tell y'all, I absolutely love Bogota. All right, so we've been here for 6 nights so far. We have not yet done much, simply because I really like my neighborhood, and so we've just been getting used to that. There's a strip mall behind us as well, which I'll drop some footage here of what that looks like. There is a whole lot of like, there's a whole lot of fast food places in there, and there's a doctor's store, there's a drugstore, there's a little shop in there. We went to the Frisbee, which is like a fried chicken spot, and oh God, the chicken was so good. Listen, Colombian food is really, really good. Really, really good. I'm loving Colombian flavors so far. And so we haven't been doing much exploring, but yesterday we did go out to La Candelaria, I think it is. I'm gonna drop the name on the screen here, but that was amazing as well. But that was where everybody's talking about. Like, even the Uber driver said to us, "You're going where? Who told you to go here? Be very careful. Hold your phone. Don't put your phone up." It was like, so we went to the Museo del Oro, which is the gold museum, and it was in the middle of the park. I'll drop the scenes here so you can check it out. It was just a nice vibe, everybody. And I love that about Colombia. It has so many parks, and the parks are well attended. People are out, they're skateboarding, they're enjoying themselves. There are, you know, all these vendors out, and we tried the street food here. It was amazing. I had a wonderful time just walking around and being in the culture and being in the museum. I loved it. And so, yes, it was gritty, but like my mom said, it reminded her of just being downtown, and I walk on Princess Street. Some parts of it really did feel like that. You know, all the vendors were out on the street calling to you, and there were little tiny alleyways, and everything was crowded, and it did nice. It was nice. Me not care. Me not go downtown Kingston, but me there downtown at Bogota, and it did nice because as gritty as it was, I never once felt unsafe. Like, I just had my wits about me, I stuffed my phone, and you know, I was good. And so that was just a little taste of Bogota. I'm looking forward to going out and exploring more. We're doing the very slow travel thing, so if I go out once or twice a week, nothing wrong, because we'll be in Bogota for a while. Well, no, we'll be in Colombia for a while. I will be moving from city to city to check out the different vibes, because some people are telling me that there are other cities out there that I have to go to. And so, why not? So that's my first impression of Bogota so far. If you want to get like my inner thoughts and the lessons I've learned and what prompted me to come to this country and all of that kind of inside of my mind thoughts, and I've started a newsletter. It drops every Sunday. The first one is free, so you can go and read the beginning of the journey. Yes, I do have a video here, which I'll link above, of the beginning of our journey, but like, I realize that there are thoughts that it's like a journal. My newsletter, it's my personal thoughts that I wanted to share, because a lot of people ask me these type of questions, and I don't think they're appropriate for like a YouTube video or even a blog or anything. So I started a newsletter. I've put it on Patreon. The first one is free, and if you are so inclined and you want to support our journey, that Patreon is the perfect place to do so, because I will be dropping a newsletter about the lessons that I'm learning on this journey every Sunday there. So I hope you go and check it out. The link is in the description below, of course. And as I said, the first one is free. So go and read about, you know, some of the lessons that I've learned so far about this journey. So thank you for being here. Stay tuned. I have so much more Bogota content coming up. And of course, like, comment, share, and make sure you subscribe to the channel. I'm out for now. I'm gone exploring. It is a Sunday, and so I'm actually going to take an Uber and check out some other neighborhoods to see where I want to book my next Airbnb, because I can't stay in that cool water place here no more. My phrase. All right, bye guys. See you in the next one. Adios.
can write something.
This is how you would go down further. Put your feet up like this. And then go like a sitting in a chair.
So grandma now, with the bonnet on her head.